It seems like everyone's talking about this AI race, right?
Yeah.
Well, imagine like a dark horse candidate suddenly bursts onto the scene, you know?
Right.
They're going head-to-head with giants like Google and OpenAI.
Crazy?
That's DeepSeek.
DeepSeek, yeah.
A Chinese startup that is completely upending the AI game.
Really interesting company.
You sent over this really fascinating Forbes article about them.
Oh, yeah. It's,
So let's break down what they're doing.
Yeah.
What's so different and what it means for the future of AI.
What's really striking about DeepSeek is their unconventional approach, really.
Okay.
They're not just throwing money and massive data sets at the problem.
Right.
Like some of their competitors are doing, you know.
Yeah. It seems...
They're really focusing on efficiency, clever algorithms to achieve impressive results with fewer resources.
Yeah, the article talks about how they're actually forcing industry giants,
Right.
like Baidu and Tencent,
Yeah.
to rethink their pricing strategies.
Exactly.
It's like they're rewriting the rules.
Yeah, they're shaking things up.
But before we get too deep into that,
Okay.
I'm kind of curious about the origins of DeepSeek.
Yeah.
What's the story behind their founding?
So DeepSeek was founded in 2023 by Liang Wenfeng,
Okay.
who's kind of a legend
Yeah.
in both the hedge fund world,
You're a
ANG,
double threat.
the AI research community.
Wow.
He's actually funding the entire company
What?
through his own hedge fund,
That's wild.
which gives them an unusual degree of freedom
Yeah.
to focus on long-term goals
Right.
without the pressure of,
Chasing profit.
immediate profits. Yeah.
So they're not beholden to venture capitalists.
No.
Or quarterly earnings reports.
Exactly.
That must be so liberating.
It is. It allows them to take risks,
Yeah.
explore unconventional ideas
Right.
that might not fly in a more traditional startup environment.
For sure.
And speaking of the team,
Okay.
it's mostly composed of young, hungry graduates from top Chinese universities.
That's interesting. So they're betting on
Raw talent.
raw talent and fresh perspectives.
Fresh perspectives.
Over years of experience.
Over years of experience. That's
Is
right.
there a particular reason for that?
It seems like they're deliberately cultivating this culture
Okay.
of innovation and rapid iteration.
Interesting.
They're not afraid to try new things and learn from their mistakes.
I'll see you.
And this agility is apparent in their rapid release cycle.
Right. They've gone from like
Yeah.
releasing their first coding model, DeepSeek Coder,
Right.
in late 2023
Uh-huh.
to launching a series of increasingly sophisticated
Yes.
large language models. LLMs that everyone's talking about.
Yes.
It's like boom, boom, boom.
And each new model seems to push the boundaries of performance and efficiency.
Wow.
Take DeepSeek V2, for example.
Okay.
Its release in 2024 sent shockwaves through the industry.
Because it was so much cheaper.
Yeah, much cheaper.
than competing models.
Yeah, it wasn't just about the price, though. DeepSeek V2 delivered surprisingly high performance for its size and cost,
Interesting.
thanks in part to their clever use of reinforcement learning, or RL.
Okay, RL, that's one of the terms that the article kept mentioning.
Yeah.
Can you explain how they're using RL in a way that's different or innovative?
So think of it this way.
Okay.
Most language models are trained by being fed massive amounts of data,
Right.
like text and code, and they learn to predict the next word in a sequence, or
Okay.
generate similar text based on the input.
Right.
But DeepSeek takes a different approach with RL.
Okay.
They're actually training their models to learn through trial and error,
Wow. So
receiving feedback and adjusting their behavior.
so it's like they're teaching their models to think for themselves
That's a good way to put it.
rather than just mimicking patterns in the data.
That's right.
That's fascinating.
And this approach is particularly evident
Yeah.
in DeepSeek R1, their latest model
Okay.
designed for complex reasoning tasks.
The article mentioned that DeepSeek R1 can actually solve logic puzzles
Yeah.
and even write different kinds of creative content.
Yeah, it can do a lot of things.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, what's fascinating is that they're achieving these results
Yeah.
without relying on the massive energy-intensive models
Right.
that some other companies are building.
Interesting.
And that brings us to another key aspect of DeepSeek's approach,
Okay.
their focus on efficiency.
Yeah, the article was pretty mind blown by how they're managing to achieve such high performance at such low cost.
Yeah.
They kept mentioning something called
Mixture of experts architecture.
a mixture of experts architecture.
Yeah.
What is that all about?
It's a brilliant way to optimize the use of computational resources.
Okay.
So instead of having the entire model active all the time, Only the necessary parts are activated for a given task.
So it's like
Think of it like a team of specialized experts.
Right.
Each with their own area of expertise.
A specialized.
You wouldn't bring your entire team to every meeting.
Right.
Only the experts relevant to the topic at hand.
Right. So it's about streamlining the process.
Some of it.
Avoiding unnecessary computations.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes sense. But how does this translate to lower cost in practice?
It reduces the amount of processing power and energy needed to run the model.
I see.
Which directly translates to lower operating costs for DeepSeek.
Okay.
And in turn, lower prices for their users.
So it's a win-win.
It's a win-win situation, yeah.
And they're not stopping there.
No, they're not.
The article also highlighted DeepSeek's use of multi-head latent attention.
Multi-head latent attention,
and especially in DeepSeek v3.
Right.
Sounds pretty complex.
It is a little bit.
Can you shed some light on that?
It's a way of allowing the model to understand and process information from multiple perspectives simultaneously.
So it's like having...
Imagine being able to focus on several different aspects of a problem at the same time.
Multiple perspectives.
Multiple perspectives, yeah.
Okay.
Instead of just looking at it linearly.
So it's giving the model a more nuanced and comprehensive understanding of the data.
Exactly.
But they're not just building these powerful models for themselves, right?
Right.
The article mentions something about them open sourcing their models.
Open sourcing, yeah.
Which is crazy.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's a really interesting aspect of their strategy.
What's their motivation behind that?
It seems like they're genuinely committed to democratizing access to AI.
Wow.
And fostering a collaborative spirit within the community.
That's incredibly generous in a field.
It is.
That's known for its fierce competition.
Yeah.
And this is creating quite a buzz, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's shaking things up in a big way.
Yeah.
By making their models open source.
DeepSeek is putting pressure on these big players to be more transparent and collaborative as well.
It's like they're injecting a dose of fresh air into the AI ecosystem.
It really is. Yeah, it's like they're saying, hey, let's all learn from each other.
Yeah.
And make AI more accessible for everyone.
Exactly.
This whole approach is fascinating.
It is.
I'm eager to dive deeper into the impact it's having on the industry and the geopolitical landscape.
That's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
DeepSeek's rise is sending a clear message about China's growing influence in the AI world. And the implications are far-reaching. Yeah. It's not just about technology, it's about global power dynamics, right?
Yeah.
DeepSeek's success is a clear signal that China is becoming a major force in AI.
Yeah.
You know, challenging that long-held assumption that the U.S. is like the undisputed leader in this field.
The article even mentioned that the timing of some of DeepSeek's releases seems almost strategic.
Yeah.
Coinciding with major events in the U.S.
Exactly.
They're making a statement.
Yeah, it's hard not to see a geopolitical element to their strategy.
Totally.
Releasing groundbreaking models and undercutting prices. DeepSeek is positioning China as major player.
Not just a follower.
Not just a follower.
Yeah, that's right.
And they're doing it with a focus on open collaboration,
which
is attracting attention and support from developers and researchers around the world.
From all over the place.
It's pretty amazing.
It is.
This open source approach is really shaking up the industry.
It is shaking things up.
It's like DeepSeek is saying, hey, we're not just building AI for ourselves.
Yeah.
We're building it for everyone.
To the world.
Yeah.
And that has huge implications for the future of AI development.
For sure.
Making their technology accessible
to
a wider audience. DeepSeek is accelerating the pace of innovation.
It's so interesting to think about.
It is.
This reminds me of the Open R1 project led by Hugging Face. That's trying to replicate DeepSeek R1's development process, trying to reverse engineer DeepSeek's brain.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to reverse engineer DeepSeek's brain.
It's a fascinating project.
It is fascinating.
It highlights the power of open source collaboration.
Totally.
Imagine a world where anyone can learn from DeepSeek's breakthroughs, adapt their techniques, contribute to the evolution of AI.
It's a real paradigm shift.
It is a paradigm shift.
And that's exactly what DeepSeek seems to be aiming for.
It seems like it.
A paradigm shift where AI is no longer controlled by a handful of powerful companies.
Yeah.
But is accessible to everyone.
To everyone, that's the goal.
But they're not without their challenges.
Right?
Yeah.
Of course, not every company has challenges.
What are some of the major challenges that they're facing?
Well, one major challenge DeepSeek faces is the so-called compute gap.
The compute gate.
U.S. export controls on advanced chips
Right.
are limiting their access to the latest and greatest hardware.
So it's like they're trying to compete in a race where their opponents have access to faster cars.
That's a good analogy.
And they're stuck with like
They're working with what they have.
a horse and buggy.
Kind of. But
Yeah.
even with this hardware disadvantage,
Right.
they're still managing to make incredible progress.
That's really impressive.
It speaks to the ingenuity and the resourcefulness
Yeah.
of their team.
Mm-hmm.
They're finding creative ways to work around limitations
Right.
and optimize their existing hardware
Yeah.
to achieve these remarkable results.
It's a testament to their focus on efficiency.
Absolutely.
But even with groundbreaking technology and a collaborative approach,
Yeah.
DeepSeek still needs to overcome
Right.
market perception challenges.
Absolutely. Building trust and brand recognition
Yeah.
in a global market dominated by these established players is no easy feat.
Right.
They need to convince potential users
Yeah.
that their low-cost approach
Right.
doesn't mean sacrificing quality or performance.
It's that classic dilemma, right? You get what you pay for.
Exactly.
DeepSeek needs to demonstrate that they're offering exceptional value,
They do.
even if their prices are significantly lower
Right.
than the competition.
That's the challenge.
And let's not forget that the AI field is
Yeah.
incredibly fast-paced.
It is incredibly fast-paced.
To stay ahead,
Yeah.
DeepSeek needs to constantly innovate
Innovate and adapt
and adapt to new
to
developments.
stay ahead of the game.
They can't afford to rest on their laurels.
No, they can't. They got to keep pushing forward.
They need to keep pushing the boundaries
Pushing the boundaries, yeah.
and anticipate the next big breakthrough.
Absolutely.
And then there's the issue of censorship.
Right.
DeepSeek operates within the context of Chinese government regulations,
Yes.
which could impact their global appeal.
It's a delicate balancing act for sure.
Yeah.
DeepSeek needs to navigate these restrictions
Yeah.
while maintaining the openness
Right.
and transparency that have been key to their success so far.
It's a tough one.
It is.
But despite these challenges, DeepSeek's impact on the AI landscape is undeniable.
It is undeniable.
They're a force to be reckoned with.
They are a force to be reckoned with.
It's really amazing what they've been able to accomplish
It is.
in such a short period of time.
Yeah.
They're a reminder that innovation can come
Yeah.
from unexpected places,
From anywhere.
and that even a relatively small company
Uh-huh.
with a bold vision can disrupt an entire industry.
Drop the whole thing, yeah.
Their story is truly inspiring.
It's very inspiring.
They've shown that you don't need to be
Right.
a tech giant with unlimited resources
Yep.
to make a significant contribution
You
to
don't.
the field of AI.
That's right.
DeepSeek's emergence raises some
Yeah.
profound questions about the future of AI.
It does.
What happens when this powerful technology becomes increasingly accessible and affordable?
Yep.
What will it mean for society,
Big questions.
for the economy, for the way we solve problems? All of it.
And interact with the world.
Yeah, it's like opening a Pandora's box
It's a little scary.
of possibilities,
Yeah.
both exciting and potentially daunting.
Right. But that's exactly what we'll explore in the final part
Okay.
of our deep dive into the world of DeepSeek. So we've talked about DeepSeek's revolutionary technology
Yeah.
and their ambitious goal of democratizing AI.
Right.
But what does this all mean for, like, the average person?
Right. For the everyday user.
Yeah.
Yes.
What happens when incredibly powerful AI tools
Uh-huh.
become readily available
Yeah.
to everyone?
It really is.
It's kind of a mind-blowing concept.
Like the early days of the internet,
Yeah.
where no one could have predicted
Right.
the transformative impact it would have on our lives.
Yeah.
DeepSeek's push for open access to AI
Uh-huh.
could lead to this like explosion of creativity and innovation,
Right.
empowering individuals and smaller organizations
Yeah.
to do things that were previously.
Only possible for large corporations and governments.
So instead of AI being this like exclusive domain for the elite few,
Yeah.
it becomes a tool for everyone to use.
Deal for everyone.
That could have incredible implications
It could.
for fields like medicine, education, art, you name it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where researchers can use AI
Right.
to accelerate drug discovery.
Yeah.
Or develop personalized learning plans for every student.
Wow.
Or artists can collaborate with AI
That's cool.
to create entirely new forms of art
Yeah.
and expression.
Limitless possibilities.
The possibilities are limitless.
But let's not get carried away
Right.
with all the utopian possibilities.
Yeah.
This kind of power in the hands of anyone presents some serious risks.
Of course, there are legitimate concerns
Like what?
about the potential misuse of AI.
Okay.
Whether it's malicious actors,
Right.
creating deepfakes,
Yeah.
spreading misinformation,
Mm.
or governments using AI for surveillance
Right.
and social control.
Yeah, that's scary.
And then there's the economic impact to consider.
Okay.
As AI becomes more sophisticated,
Right.
it's capable of automating more and more tasks,
Mm-hmm.
which could lead to significant job displacement.
Right. Whole industries could be disrupted.
Exactly.
So how do we balance the incredible potential of AI
Yeah, it's a tough question.
with the need to mitigate these risks?
It's a complex challenge.
Yeah.
But I think open dialogue and collaboration are key.
Okay.
We need to have these open conversations about the ethical implications of AI
Right.
and develop clear guidelines for its development and use.
So DeepSeek's open source approach.
Could actually play a positive role here by fostering transparency and making it easier for researchers and developers
Right.
to understand how these models work and how to prevent misuse.
So rather than trying to control AI development from the top down. Yeah.
It's more about creating a culture
Exactly.
of responsibility and shared learning.
A culture of responsibility.
Yeah.
We need to ensure that AI is developed and used
Right.
in a way that benefits humanity as a whole,
Yeah.
not just a select few.
It's a big challenge.
And that requires a collective effort
Yeah.
from researchers, policymakers,
Right.
businesses, individuals, all of us.
So DeepSeek's story is a fascinating example
It is.
of how a single company can disrupt
Everything.
an entire industry and challenge the status quo.
Challenge everything.
But it also raises some profound questions about the future of AI
For sure.
and its role in our lives.
Their success shows that innovation can come from anywhere.
Yeah.
And that even a relatively small company with a bold vision can have a massive impact.
Yeah, it's really inspiring.
It's a reminder that the future of AI is not predetermined.
Right. It's still being written.
It's being shaped right now by the choices we make.
The conversations we have, the actions we take.
So what does this all mean for our listener who's been following along on this deep dive?
Yeah.
I think DeepSeek's story offers a powerful reminder that we are living in a time of unprecedented technological change.
Things are changing fast.
Yeah. And while AI presents these incredible opportunities, it also comes with significant risks.
Absolutely.
It's up to all of us to engage in these conversations.
Yeah, to stay informed.
Stay informed about the latest developments.
And to make sure that AI is used for good.
And to always remember that the future is not something that just happens to us.
We have a say.
It's something we create.
We create it together.
Collectively through our choices and actions.
Well said.
Well, that's a perfect place to wrap up our deep dive.
I agree.
Into the world of DeepSeek.
Fascinating company.
A story that I think we'll be talking about for years to come.
Yeah, for a long time.
And I have a feeling this is just the beginning.
It feels like the beginning.
Thanks for joining us on this fascinating journey.
My pleasure.